If you're selling on eBay in an auction style listing format, you might want to rethink that. Hey guys, Ken here. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for the poor lighting. My fill light that I usually use to fill in my face and shadows and things like that recently died on me. And I tried to recharge it, and no matter what I did, I even bought a new cable for it. I thought maybe the cable went bad, and it will not recharge. It won't do anything. It's just dead as a hammer. So I'm going to have to buy a new fill light sometime in the near future. But I just appreciate that you bear with me, even though the lighting's not the greatest. Anyway, this video I wanted to do, and I wanted to get out there because I recently was on YouTube. I watch a lot of people that sell on eBay on YouTube, and I was on Don the Auction Professor's YouTube channel, and he was talking about something that has come to the forefront that could affect online sellers if you sell in an auction style format. Now, if you do buy it now, probably doesn't affect you. But if you're doing anything on eBay, selling postcards or whatever, and you're using auctions, then what he was talking about was, and it depends on, it's different for each state. You have to check your state laws governing this. And I put a link down below for, where you can check it. As per state, you go to this page and there's all kinds of state flags, and it'll tell you what state, and you just click on that, and it'll tell you what the state requirements are. But what he was talking about was, in a lot of states now, if you sell online in an auction style format, to have what's called an auctioneer's license in order to do business. And it's a pretty serious offense if you're caught selling without a license. Now, like I said, for me, it doesn't affect me because I sell buy it now. I don't do auctions. But, I see a lot of postcard sellers on eBay, and they're putting their postcards up in an auction style format. Or, they may be selling lots of postcards and they're doing auction style. Or, if they have a valuable postcard, they're doing auction style listings. Well, unless you now have that license, okay, and like I said, you have to check with each state, check the eligibility in your state to see if it's required or not. You may be required to have a license in order to do business. And if you don't, you could run into some serious trouble, on a federal level. Because it's just like operating a business. You have to have a business license. If you drive a car, you have to have a driver's license. If you fly a drone, commercially, and you make money as a business, a lot of real estate people have drone licenses. And if you fly a drone commercially, you have to have what's called I believe it's called a Part 107 FAA card. And that's something you have to test for. It costs $160 to get that. To test for that, they only give you a couple of chances a year to pass it. And when you pass it, you have to have like a 95 and above as far as the grade. And if you don't, you can't do it for another year. It's just, pretty much anything. If you go hunting and fishing, you need a hunting and fishing license. If you have a realtor, realty business, where you do real estate, it's strongly recommended that you have a realtor's license. If you practice law, you have to have if you're a lawyer, you have to have a license to practice law. Or a doctor, you have to have a license to practice medicine. You got to pretty much have a license for everything, But, this has come about, come to the forefront. And like I said, if you'd like more information on this, you can go to Don the Auction Professor's channel. He talks about it a little more in depth than I do. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of it, because this could impact your business on eBay. In fact, when I was on that video, I was looking at the comments section, and somebody wrote and said, "I'm glad you brought this, to light, because this guy, I guess he sells 95% of what he sells is auction format. So he's going to probably have to get a license, maybe, depending on his state." So I just wanted to let you guys know about it, because I don't want to see you guys get into trouble. they probably wouldn't sue you right out of the gate. They'd probably send you a cease and desist letter. And that's basically like a warning shot across your bow that says, hey, we're aware of what you're doing. You can't operate without a license. You got to show proof. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe eBay is going to require people to that do auctions is going to require them to show proof of their auctioneer license. And this isn't something, from what I understand, that you can just mail $50 away somewhere and just get a license. This is something that I think you have to go to school for. You may have to take tests for. You may even it may even require you to do an internship. I mean, it sounds like it's not an easy license to obtain, but like I said, check with your individual state requirements, and I've placed a link down below. You can click on it and it'll show the state requirements for all 50 states in the U.S. Now, I don't know anything about overseas because I don't ship overseas, but you definitely want to check into this if you run a business, and even if it's just a sole proprietorship. If it's not an LLC, you still want to check into this because you always want to make sure you're above board and you're doing everything legally, because I'd hate to see you get into trouble with that. And, this just doesn't affect eBay. It's just anything online if it's an auction style format. I'm thinking about postcard sellers that sell on a platform called Whatnot. I mean, Whatnot, from my understanding, is a 100% live online auction site. And it's going to affect everybody there. I know several postcard sellers that sell on Whatnot, and it's going to affect them. And, you've left with basically one or two choices. You either get the license or you switch everything over to a buy it now, to where you don't do auctions. Okay, so you have to determine, your needs according to your business. I know Don, the auction professor, said he's going to get a license for that because that's a major part of his business. So he's going to go through the process of getting that. But if you're not willing to go through the process of getting a license, if it's required, then you just need to change everything over to a buy it now, and I wanted to bring it to your awareness just so you can check into it for yourself. Like I said, I don't have a need for it because I don't do auctions often enough to where it would warrant my time. But if you do, you need to check into this because, like I said, you could get in some serious federal trouble if you're caught, operating without that license. So check into that and see if it's required for you and for your state, and let's have a conversation about it. That way it can help other people. If you know something maybe that I don't know, like I said, you can go to Don the Auction Professor's channel. I think he's done a couple of videos now talking about this, and he always does a lot more in depth, that stuff that he's researched, so that can help you out as well. Okay, but I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. It's something I learned about, and I checked it for Oregon, and even if I was doing auctions, it says there's no license really required, but it says in some areas a license may be required, so it's kind of a gray area. But since I do buy it nows, it doesn't really affect me. But if you do auctions, whether it's on eBay or Whatnot or whatever auction whatever site you're selling auctions on, you'll definitely need to check into this and make sure everything is legal and above board. Okay? Just wanted to pass that on to you. Like I said, if you got anything out of this video, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button. It helps the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go. But you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, and bye for now.